problems have this life of their own where all they do is keep getting bigger. Hey guys, George Markoski, Positive Property. I was having a bit of a think. I was going for a bit of a walk on the beach today with my wife Christina, and I was thinking about, problems and how people deal with problems. And as you see, the title of this whole thing is, why you shouldn't avoid your problems. And I'm going to go through and just give you my philosophy on this, because this is very important, because at the end of the day, problems, I call them challenges in life. Problems, they're actually, people don't like problems. I get that. But problems are actually the raw material of what your future is made out of. And hold on and listen, and I'll show you what I mean, because it's very important that you get this, because a lot of people have got the wrong relationship with problems. And if you've got the wrong relationship with problems, that's going to be a big problem in your life. And I'll explain. And it's all about, there's two things you can do with a problem. One, you can avoid it. The other one is you can tackle it. And why avoiding a problem is so bad. A lot of people like avoid problems because they're hoping it will go away. Now, this is the deal. Whatever you focus in your life is going to grow. So whatever's unattended is going to grow. So for example, if you've got a problem and you ignore it, let's say your electricity bill is due and you haven't got the money for your electricity bill and you ignore it, well then if you get disconnected, then you've got a bigger problem. And then, so what happens is problems have this life of their own where all they do is keep getting bigger, not smaller. And the challenge with life is, life's going to throw problems and challenges at you left, right, and center. That's going to be a consistent thing, because, being alive is one big problem from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, from when you get born till you die. So the fact of it is, the one thing you need to do out of everything is just accept you're going to have problems, because avoiding problems is part of its insecurity, part of its ego, but what we're doing is trying to avoid a problem. If you try to avoid a problem, you're putting your head in the sand like an ostrich, but really you're not solving it. And the challenge is, it's going to come and grow. Sweeping a problem under the carpet each time it comes up is going to just pile up. From what I've observed in the world, it's the people that are struggling the most, the people that have got the most problems and the biggest problems and the biggest challenges are people that are constantly trying to run away from them. Right? I know a guy that I went to school with, and I'm not going to mention his name, but basically, he's always tried to avoid problems. He had a tough childhood, and he ran away from home when he was younger, and he got into the wrong crowds. And what happened is, consistently through his whole life, what he's done is every time he has a problem, he tries to run away, tries to blame other people, not take responsibility, or just ignore it completely. And seriously, he hasn't had a stable job or a stable house for many, many years. And the problem is, as he gets older, it gets worse. And I know recently he just got kicked out of a house and now he's moving to another one. And he's tried to solve this problem by running away from it, going into the state, taking drugs, stealing, doing all sorts of stuff. But he hasn't solved his problems because he hasn't tackled them, and he's tried to ignore them. And it's very sad. And I've reached out to him a few times and tried to talk to him, but he doesn't want to hear me, and that's life. Some people just don't want to do it. But the point is, it's like every time he gets a problem, he is running so fast away from it that he's just making that problem get bigger and bigger and bigger until it just catches him from the front and smacks him in the face. You can't avoid a problem. You've got to just tackle it. For example, if you've got a health issue, if you ignore it, well, it's going to get bigger. If you've got a financial issue, you ignore it, it's going to get bigger. You've got a relationship issue, you ignore it, it's going to get bigger. So whatever problem you ignore, it's just going to get bigger, because, if you wish to have a life that's got no problems, well, I'm sorry to say this, but it's not going to happen. And the fact of it is, your whole life is going to be a series of challenges. And as you solve one, you're going to get another one, you're going to keep going. And is financial independence going to help? No. I mean, even when you're a multi-millionaire like myself, you're going to have problems. Actually, my problems now are bigger than what they were, but better. So what happens is, as you become more successful, as you become more than what you are, and you become, you do more self-growth, what happens is a lot of the problems you had in the past you don't have, but you get new problems that are better problems and more fun problems, and it's all about attitude. Now, okay, so what do you do if you're avoiding problems? I want to give you some practical advice. So what I'd like you to do, if you're avoiding problems and you want to make a stop to this, what I'd like you to do is get a piece of paper and write down a list of all your problems. And just go nuts and just brainstorm and write it. And I'm talking just anything. You should really want to just brainstorm all. And then what I want you to do is what would be useful to start with is, because let's say, for example, if I was a personal trainer and I wanted you to work out of the gym, I wouldn't say go lift a 140 kilo deadlift, because you're going to break your back. And just like that with problems, you don't want to tackle your biggest problem. Go and tackle something easy, a little problem, get a small win. Get a little challenge that you've got, fix that, and that's going to give you an endorphin hit. Then you go to your next one and you can keep going. It's all a matter of the habits that you make. So at the end of the day, the avoidance strategy of people, what it comes down to, and people avoiding conflict, people avoiding challenges in life, what it is, it's all about people having ego and being scared of the negativity of it and getting out of their comfort zone. It's all about comfort zone, because whenever you need to solve a problem or you need to do something in life, it's a matter of getting out of comfort zone. Now, getting out of comfort zone is uncomfortable. And what happens is people are naturally born to avoid discomfort. But the challenge is, if you avoid discomfort, you're creating more discomfort in the future. It's a bit like when I talked about discipline versus regret. Discipline is being uncomfortable now for having comfort in the future, where regret is being comfortable now with little comforts, but it's going to grow and you're going to pay at the end of the day. So you've got to think about this with your problems. If you can solve them earlier on, they're going to be a lot cheaper, a lot less interest paid, and the longer you wait, the more interest you've got to pay and the harder it is. Look, I hope this has resonated with some people. I hope it's helped some people, because people that are successful, they've got one thing in common. They're good at solving problems, and they've solved more problems than the people that aren't successful. That's it. No one becomes successful by not having any challenges. Actually, the opposite true. You become successful by having more challenges but solving them. And that's the one denominator I find, that people that are very good at solving problems are very good at making money and being successful. I mean, Elon Musk is solving the problem of reusable rockets. So the bigger the problem you solve, the more value you bring to the world, and the more value you create for yourself and everyone else. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a win-win. So you see fixing problems, solving problems as a good way to help the world and society, and help yourself and your family and everyone else at the same time. So hope you enjoyed this Sunday. I'm just about to go have some breakfast, keto breakfast this morning. I'm very excited. Enjoy. Talk soon. Bye.